So I think Astralis already cracked the code on how the perfect B execute on train should look like, and today I will teach you everything you have to know about taking the B side on train, because it's actually way simpler than you think. I'll teach you what nades to use, what positions to look out for, where to run and where to look, so even the biggest silver could do it, and I'll even show you real game footage from my puck games so you can see how all of this works. Let's go, guys. So first of all, let's have a look at the execute from Astralis. They're using 2 smokes to block off the connector and any AWPer that's playing around barrels. They also use the Molotov for the top corner here, so anyone that's playing there is forced to get away. And then 2 of their players are running lane, fully focused on this position, which gives them an easy kill. And they also use these perfect flashes landing between the trains, allowing anyone to push lower without getting blinded. And as you can see, this guy gets completely wrecked by the initial flashes, then has to reposition, can only hold this position here, and then gets swung by 2 players, making it pretty easy for them to catch the kill. And the AWPer that's playing behind the barrels here, which is a pretty common position, will get smoked off by the second smoke here, and then is forced to use the smoke by himself, trying to make something happen, but he's pretty much stuck in this position and can't help his teammate. Cadian is the first guy to enter the site. He uses a simple double click flash for blinding anyone that's playing close. He dodges the second flashes that come between the trains, and then they catch a super easy kill on the guy that has to reposition from the top right corner, and then they just make it hard for any CT to come out of con. Jubby is the guy that's coming from upper ramp. He does this simple lurk smoke and then mollies the right side corner. He acts like a safety net, like a Mirage Palace player. He hovers around the smoke, making sure that he's in the right position to trade if any of his teammates needs that, and then he's dropping down lower, trying to get into a good position for the afterplant. Now the last 2 remaining players are the ones that doing the nades. This is the Vice doing the simple connector smoke and then doing the entry flashes to help anyone get out of lower ramp, and this is the flash that actually blinds the upper guy initially. And then he comes out here, waits if he has to trade anyone that's pushing to the deep smoke, and then he's just planting the bomb. And Stone is the one doing the last nades. He does the deep smoke for the AWP, mollies behind side, and then does the 2 flashes that land between the trains, throwing them while his teammates are running up the lane, and then he just is holding the flank. So now let's talk about what we can learn from that for our puck games and how we can implement something similar inside of our games. Generally speaking, when you want to execute onto the B side, we want to have 2 things. The first thing that we want is we want to take pop dog control or apply a lot of pressure towards pop dog, because then the CT simply don't know if you want to come out A or if you want to hit the B side. The second thing that we usually want is we want to have control over this area here, so we don't get flanked while we're setting up the nades, and we also have someone in a very strong trading position that can help us while we're coming out of the lower ramp here. A very simple way to get both of these things is to just do a smoke like this, a molly like so, and then a like this. And this will block off upper, stop anyone from pushing lower, and then we just jump down and apply a lot of pressure towards pop dog. We can even get close here, maybe we get smoked off here from the CTs if they hear us, and then we already accomplished our goal of taking map control on pop dog. And then we can have one guy coming up here, checking lower, and then he can move up towards this corner here, waits for the smoke to fade, and then when the smoke starts fading, just take control of this area here. One thing to keep in mind is that if you want to wait here for quite a bit, I would recommend staying like this so you can dodge any flashes, or even if you get flashed, you can just simply hide here. So now if we have done these 2 things, we can now start thinking about how we want to hit the B side. One of the most common positions for CTs to play is this one right here, but very likely when they see someone cross, they will already use their smoke or their molly and then fall back. And then they might play close ramp here, or they will maybe move up here, which is probably the only position that can be really dangerous for you as a team when executing the B side, because on a really good timing he can just kill your upper guy, and then it's kind of a pain in the ass to kill him. So this is a position that you really need to be focused on if you're the guy that's playing from upper here. So maybe play it a little bit more slow while your teammates are coming out lower. Another common position is this one behind side, or anyone playing behind the blue train here, or any rotator that's playing around connector here. So what can we do if we want to hit the B side but we're playing solo and there's not much of coordination? Well, let me show you a simple smoke molly flash combo that I like to use. We smoke con, molly behind side and then flash out, and then have people running towards the right side and the left side. The con smoke will cover any of your teammates that are pushing lower, making it easy for them to scale up the side and make it close towards con. And as you can see, anyone that's playing around the side will mostly end up in the Molotov while being blinded, or just being stuck in a position where they can be easily traded. Or if they're moving towards the back of the blue train here, they will also get mollied and then blinded by your flash, and then it's super easy for your teammates to kill them. For the nade combo, just get into the corner like so, have a look at this beam, and then just run forward for your connector smoke, simple like this. And then afterwards we just stay with our back against this wall here, run towards the left side until we find this sign here, aim towards the bottom left a little bit up, and then just release your molly. And this molly is going to burn behind side and anyone that's playing behind this blue train here. And after we did the molly, we just come against the railing, make sure that you're a little bit towards the right side of this wall here, and then just do a simple left and right click jump throw flash. And these flashes are going to take out anyone that's playing close here, anyone that's playing up here, and also anyone that's playing on this position here. So all you have to tell your teammates is that they should just flash lower and then come out here, and then they can push towards the lane side. And what you want to do is to wait for their flash as the first flash and then just flash after. So in case anyone that's playing close here that might hear the flash sound from your teammates, he's gonna get blinded by your flash afterwards. So now let me quickly explain to you which nades are the best ones for the B side and which ones you should definitely stop using. If you're all by yourself and you have no one helping you with the nades, I would totally recommend using this smoke, this molly, and the flash here. Yes, CTs can move out through the smoke here, but usually they won't be fast enough, so your teammates that are coming out lower will have a pretty easy time catching them. Obviously they can move towards the back here and take duels from here, but this is much easier for your upper player to understand and hold, because if you're using a smoke like this in a puck scenario, this would mean that you actually need players to hold the smoke, and then they're most likely too afraid to come out here, and they don't feel safe running up the lane here because this is not covered anymore. So they will probably end up sitting here doing nothing for you. So in a puck scenario, I much prefer using a smoke like this, and then just take the downside of anyone coming out here, which is an easy problem that we can solve if we have a teammate that maybe can use a molly like this, or just the upper player holding it. And I think it's just way easier for your teammates to understand what's going on. One thing that you definitely want to stop using, especially in full gun rounds, is a smoke like this. Obviously this one is pretty bad. If you're using a lower smoke, always use one that lands on top of the train here, because with this one anyone can just watch over it. So if you're using one in an eco round, just come here and aim at the black part here, release it, and then it will land on top of the train here, and then holding lower from here is no longer possible. But a smoke like this also means that anyone can just come out of con and get into a very close position already. So you make it kind of easy for the CTs to come out here, because usually the upper guy is a little bit more passive, holding an angle like this, because he can't really fight this if anyone is already out here, because then he's exposed to two angles, and this means that he's most likely to hold onto this area here, so he's not covering anyone from coming out here. And this is just way too dangerous for you, because they can also just push the smoke and play on timing, and it just makes your hit way harder and causes a lot of confusion for your teammate. So stop using the smoke and just use the connector one instead. Now if you do have a teammate that can help with some nades, a very good one is this one, where you just have a look at this corner, aim a little bit towards the right, and then just run forward and release the molly. And this time we are going to molly off connector, because this now means that we for certain know that no one is coming out con, and this is just way better than using the smoke, but obviously we need someone to do it. Another really good Molotov that you can use if one of your teammates is doing this smoke here is a simple Molotov into this area, because then we make it harder for the CTs to come out here. And we can also do that from heaven as well, like so, pretty simple. Or if you ever find yourself on upper and you know that someone likes to play this position, just position yourself against this ledge here, but don't stand on the far left. So don't just hug the left side wall, just run against it like so. And then just have a look at this pole here, aim a little bit below it, and then just release your molly. And this molly is going to burn this corner. And if you still have a smoke left, you can also just get into the corner, have a look at this white line and do a simple lurk smoke. And then you can decide if you want to use this molly or just molly the barrels back here, making it easier for your teammates to come out. Now the best pop flash for lower is this one, where you just get into the corner, aim on this yellow black part here and do a simple left and right click throw. This flash is going to bounce like so, making it pretty much impossible for anyone to dodge here. And if you're already close here, just come against this part, aim like so, and then again left and right click flash. And this is a flash that you can move out to. So yeah, I think that covers everything you need to know in order to be successful on the B side. If you like videos like this, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more. If you're interested in free guides or coaching sessions, feel free to check out my Discord. Link is in the description below. And I hope all of you guys are having a wonderful day, and I'll catch you in the next one, guys. Bye bye.